We are a Veeam Technical Alliance partner. We're very focused in the high-end enterprise, mostly the global Fortune 500. We have over 100 common customers with Veeam focused on the high end, so we don't do small companies. So we're going to talk about how to protect VMware environments with a combination of Infinidat and Veeam and what we do. But first let's talk about what Infinidat does real quickly. So we are a high-end enterprise solution. We sell, again, mostly to the global Fortune 5,000. In fact, 25% of the Fortune 50, the 50 biggest companies in the world, use our technology even though we're a mid-sized vendor. So very high-end solutions. We wrap those solutions, we have 3 of them. We have a high-performance all-flash array, our InfiniBox SSA. We have our hybrid array, the InfiniBox, which is a great backup target with Veeam. And we have several Veeam customers who use that as a backup target device. And also our Infinidat platform, which is a purpose-built backup appliance, very high performance. It all runs on one operating system called the Infuse OS. So unlike other vendors where their purpose-built backup appliance and their primary storage has a different operating system, we have one that spans everything. And we can even go out to a cloud instantiation with AWS today, and next year we'll be able to do that with Microsoft. So seamlessly move data back and forth between on-prem and a hybrid cloud environment. We are the customer's choice from the Gartner Peer Insights, so this is one of the quotes. This customer is about a $40 billion company, so very large customers, again, is our forte. So let's talk about our comprehensive integration with VMware first, which obviously is where Veeam plays the most. We also, by the way, work with Kasten by Veeam. In fact, right now going on in the United States is the KubeCon show. There was one here in Europe in the spring. We're doing it, and we are presenting at the Kasten booth there. So if you're interested in container-based backup, we have that too, but the focus today is going to be on Veeam for VMware environments. So you have very, very tight integration across the VMware platform. vCenter Ops, vVol integration, we are certified by VMware. The bulk of our customers, which again are Fortune 500, probably 90% of our customers are on VMware platforms. So for us, it's a very, very familiar environment. We also work, as we talked about, with Kasten by Veeam, and we're doing that in Red Hat environments. We're actually presenting at the Red Hat booth at KubeCon as well, but we also will do it with VMware with Tanzu. And even though it's not as popular as Red Hat, we support that. Again, whether it's a virtualized platform or a containerized platform, we provide complete integration in both instances. So, why work with us together? First of all, we are very strong enterprise focus. 25% of the 50 biggest, largest companies in the world leverage our technology. We are certified by both Veeam and by Kasten. So we have certification both. We just released a public blog on the certifications on both sides of the fence. We have a strong technology alignment. We're fully integrated again in both solutions. Lots of mutual customers, over 100 mutual customers. We have 60 in EMEA and APJ, so here and in Asia. We have over 40 in the Americas, and both are award-winning platforms. Veeam is a leader in the Gartner Magic Quadrant for backup, and we've been a leader in the Gartner Magic Quadrant for primary storage for 6 years in a row, even though we're a small company. And in fact, we have a video that's available online. This is with Jeff Reichert of the VP of the CTO's office. This was a live stream on strengthening enterprise storage between Veeam and Infinidat for backup. So we did that with Jeff probably 2 weeks ago, and that LinkedIn Live is available on the Veeam website and also available from LinkedIn as well. So, what do we do together? Well, how do we combine? So first of all, strong cyber storage resilience. In fact, in the GigaOM study on ransomware protection, we were named the leader for both file and block. So combined with Veeam, you can get strong cybersecurity. As you know, the #1 concern of CEOs last year was cybersecurity in the Fortune 500 survey, and the #2, despite the recession, #2 this year is cybersecurity. The question is not if you'll be hacked, it's when and how often. The average global enterprise, 1,168 attacks every single week, and the cost to enterprises for cybercrime is $8 trillion US this year, estimated to be over 10.5 trillion next year. So it's a very expensive proposition. As you know, one of the largest gaming companies in the world just was held hostage for ransom, and that ransomware cost them over 110 million US dollars. They had to file a legal US document. Now that's required in the United States. If a public company has a cyber attack, they have to legally, so that's the real number. Not to mention their market cap, publicly traded company, dropped 2 billion US dollars in 2 weeks because of the cyber incident. Completely shut down all their casinos globally. Everything was shut down. So, we can back up in 2 ways, okay? Source devices for us are Infinibox hybrid array, our Infinibox SSA all flash. Then from a target perspective, our Infiniguard is a purpose-built backup appliance which is fully certified by Veeam, and on the Kasten side, our Infinibox is a hybrid array, very, very large, 18 petabytes. Our Infiniguard, by the way, is an 85 petabyte backup repository, okay? And then we are 90% through the channel. Of course, Veeam is 100%. So very strong alignment with our distributors and channel partners all across Europe, all across the Americas as well. And this is a report where you can see Infinidat is the leader in both block ransomware protection and in file ransomware protection. So whichever environment you're in, we can help, again, working with the Veeam platform. So we have a multi-pronged approach working with Veeam. Okay, it's end-to-end. We work with the Veeam Universal Storage API. We were integrated with that. Our snapshots and our replication are integrated. In fact, with our purpose-built backup appliance, you could use that as a target device for Veeam. Then, if you're concerned about, forget cybersecurity now, just normal disaster. Okay, hurricanes, which you don't really have in Europe. Earthquakes, you do, well, no, you don't have those, but you do have volcanic eruptions. So, or obviously the most common form of data loss, as you know, is fire in the data center. #1 cause of loss. So you're going to want to take that Veeam backup, you go to our Infiniguard, we'll take an immutable snapshot, and then you can replicate to another location, so you get both cybersecurity with the immutable snapshot and disaster recovery. Just so you know, we can recover, and we've done it now multiple times, a 20 petabyte, not 20 gig, not 20 terabytes, not 20 megabytes. I'm old enough when 20 megabytes was a lot. None of you guys were even born when I started doing storage. Now I think about it. That's what happens when you're 70 years old. So, yeah, I'm 70. So, still got it. Anyway.
You need to retire.
No, I can't retire. No, I can't retire till I'm 90. So anyway, what you want to do is use our immutable snaps for cybersecurity with your Veeam backup data sets, and then replicate for disaster recovery, okay? The recovery we can do, and we've done it live multiple times, and we have it out in video now, we recovered a 20 petabyte Veeam backup data set in 11 minutes and 55 seconds. 11 minutes, and no one can do that. Nobody can do that. Yeah, 11 minutes and 55 seconds. Okay, we also, of course, work with VMware's Tanzu. Okay, we support containers, whether it be Red Hat, whether it be roll your own Kubernetes, okay, if you decide to do your own thing, or if you tend to use VMware Tanzu, okay? We have a CSI driver that's been certified for both primary storage, but also certified by Kasten for use with the Kasten backup solutions as well. Okay, this is a mutual customer of ours. Okay, they happen to use both Kasten by Veeam and us. These guys are a cloud service provider. So for those of you that aren't cloud service providers, remember, if these guys can't do their backup as a service, they don't bill. So these guys have a real investment in what they're doing with both the Veeam platform, the Kasten platform, and our platform. So, this is our near instantaneous recovery. Let's cut to the chase. 11 minutes and 55 seconds. You can see it on our website. One time it took 12 minutes and 13 seconds. Another time it took 12 minutes and 2 seconds. All documented, all done live because I'm crazy. So we only do our demos live. We record them, but we never pre-record anything, ever. So those demos, when they happened, were live. By the way, on primary storage, we recovered 200 terabytes in 4 seconds. So this is a backup data set, but on primary storage, so an immutable snapshot sitting on a primary environment, we recovered that snapshot in 4 seconds, 175,000 video files, about 225 terabytes in 4 seconds. On the backup side, 20 petabytes in basically 12 minutes. So very rapid recovery. So these are joint customers, 3 of them, okay? So this is a healthcare customer. They replaced XIV on the primary side, okay? They replaced data domain with our purpose-built backup appliance and tape. They use our hybrid array for primary. They use the Infinidat for backup. So just to give you, on the backup side, we can ingest approximately 200 terabytes per hour. Okay, most of the competitors do between 90 and 100. So we're about twice as fast. We do the data reduction. You can do the data reduction either in Veeam or with us. If you do it with us, we are faster because it's hardware based. Obviously, when you do it with any backup vendor, and by the way, we do work with other backup vendors besides Veeam, you're hurting the CPU, right, or the dedicated backup device that you're doing. Clearly, since this healthcare met all the stringent requirements, these guys are in the US, so what's called HIPAA in the United States, so we had to meet HIPAA requirements. They back up, and then we do immutable snapshots, so these guys use it not only as a backup high-speed device, but they use our InfiniSafe snapshots for cyber. So they're worried about having a cyber attack being in the healthcare space. By the way, these guys are about 165 billion US dollars. So this is one of the largest healthcare in the world. Okay, this is a global auto parts manufacturer. These guys are actually based in Europe, but they sell to both the US, the Japanese, and the European auto manufacturers. They were using NetApp as the backup target. So they now use our box for the primary storage, and they use our Infinidat again for the backup device. So the Infinidat again is our purpose-built backup appliance. The backup environments are SQL and SAP HANA. They're backing up about 3.5 petabytes, actually probably more than that now because this slide's about a year old. And of course they were able to hit very specific SLAs they had for recovery times, whether it be of an immutable snapshot or whether it be just a generic backup from a Veeam environment. Last one, European, it's a government organization. They were using data domain. Okay, they now use the Infinidat. We also compete against Exagrid. They doubled their performance compared to data domain. So as I mentioned, we're between 180 and 200 terabytes an hour depending on the environment, and data domain is 90 to 100 depending on the environment. So twice the performance on the backup side. It's 7 petabytes of Veeam data, that VMware being backed up by Veeam. The data reduction, because it was a purpose-built backup appliance built into the hardware, data reduction was 10 times what it was on the data domain. 10 times better data reduction. So that translates into euros. Mucho dinero. Yo hablo español un poquito. Mucho dinero. They saved lots of money. Okay? And then they are implementing, this was the plan, but they've now implemented our InfiniSafe technology, which is our capability for doing cyber storage resilience, either for primary data sets or in this instance for backup. So they take the Veeam backup data set, they make an immutable snapshot of the backup data set. These guys replicate for disaster recovery, not necessarily for the cybersecurity. We also create a logical air gap. So we create a delta between the management plane and the delta plane. All managed for us is MFA, multi-factor authentication on our side. Veeam is on their side as well, okay? Then if you did have an attack within the Infinidat, we literally can create a fenced forensic environment. The last thing you want to do is have a ransomware or malware attack and then try to go back. Malware and ransomware is all done surreptitiously. It's the ultimate secret agent. It's not King Kong and the old King Kong movies where he pounds his chest and, that's not how it's done, right? It's all done on the slide. The average dwell time of malware and ransomware is over 100 days before anyone even knows it's there. So either before they A, ask for a ransom, or B, before they start erasing your data, okay? So that means if Veeam is backing up the data set, they could be backing up malware or ransomware, okay? We make a snapshot of the Veeam backup, we are backing up making a snapshot of a backup data set that had it, okay? So you want to go to the fenced forensic environment and do a test. When you do it, it's rapid recovery, like I said. We guarantee, when you're using the Infinidat, we guarantee recovery no matter how big the data set is, of 20 minutes or less, and we put that in writing. As I told you, we've done several demos that are on our website with Veeam, all between 11 and 12 minutes, but we guarantee 20. If you use our InfiniBox primary storage platform, which also works with InfiniSafe, we'll guarantee recovery of that Veeam backup data set in under 1 minute. We guarantee it in writing under 1 minute, okay? Now we've also added something new, which is we actually can scan the Veeam backup data sets now for malware and ransomware. So we announced that at the end of May. We are releasing it on November 21st. It'll be a GA product ready to ship, and that will allow you to scan. So A, if you have an attack, you put the backup data set in the fenced forensic environment, and then you run our cyber detection to see if it's a known good copy. The other way you can do it is when you start taking the snaps, you can scan the snapshots periodically. So you could say, I want to snap all the Veeam backup data sets that did a snapshot, I want to scan them every other day or every 3 days. And you set when you want to scan. What that does is help you as a early warning system, right? You backed up a data set from primary, you scan it with our Infinidat cyber detection, and it comes back and says there's a problem. So A, it's not in the it is in the backup data set, but that means it came from the primary. So it allows you an early warning detection, and our Infinidat cyber detection has an API that can integrate right into a SOC, so if they have a SOC, and if they don't have a SOC and they've got an overriding cybersecurity piece of software, we can send information from through an API to that software saying, hey, these two Veeam backup data set immutable snaps appear to have anomalies. So that could be the early warning detection. Or you use it when you've had an attack to make sure you have a known good copy. So again, thank you very much. We are the Gartner Peer Insights Customer's Choice. We've done that 4 years in a row. So that's not the analysts from Gartner. That's end users like you guys. End users rate us. Gartner makes sure it's not me, right? So Gartner makes sure it's a legit end user. And our resellers can't do it either. So it's only real end users. So distributors and resellers can't be part of this. So it's end users. They validate it's end user. We have won the Peer Insights Award 4 years in a row for primary storage. So that's in a nutshell. If you have any questions, let us know. We love to work with Veeam. We love to work with Kasten. Like I said, at KubeCon in the United States tomorrow, we'll be presenting in the Kasten booth, which we did at KubeCon Europe in the spring. So that's it. Thank you very much, and thank you for coming.